Chuck and Nan are two of the most kind, gentle, generous people you could ever want to meet.
They're a wonderful couple. They're deeply in love with each other. They have a great family, which is probably their best accomplishment.
They have, to my mind, just an absolutely remarkable partnership with each other.
I think Chuck and Nan Geschke represent everything that we would hope for from Catholic education.
Chuck Geschke is a member of the class of 1956 from St. Ignatius High School here in Cleveland, and a loyal benefactor over many, many years. They established the Geschke Scholars here at St. Ignatius High School to help tuition assistance for families of modest means.
At both of our high schools, we give scholarships to young people who are very academically capable, and probably in the high 10 to 15% of their class, but in the lowest 20% economically. And that was probably pretty much characteristic of who we were when we were those age.
Our parents struggled to give us a Catholic education. We realized that the scholarships that we've been able to provide for our high schools have enabled other children to attend the institutions who wouldn't be able to do that.
Nancy McDonough Geschke first became known to the Marygrove community when she was a history major, when this institution was a Catholic college for girls. In the 1980s, Nan and Charles filled a tremendous need for Marygrove students to have a writing instruction center of their own on campus.
An African-American young lady came up to me and said that she had graduated from Marygrove as well, and gave me the year, and she said she's now employed, and she really credited the Writing Center for getting her turned around. You know, that was very touching to me.
When Chuck was here receiving an honorary degree, a little bit more than a year ago now, it was wonderful to have him back because he's kind of a success story for us in a way, you know. Boy from Cleveland comes down here, gets a BA, gets an MA, goes off and changes the world with Adobe systems. Philanthropically, they've been very involved, especially in terms of the library, because no accident, Nan herself is a librarian. Of course, these aren't libraries as we think of them, sort of book tombs or something like that, you know. Rather, it's a very dynamic space. We call it a learning commons. The spine of the learning commons, it cascades up 3 stories, is the Geschke Terrace. And it was just a wonderful thing for Chuck and Nan to be able to do for us to help us accelerate our own student learning here into the 21st century.
In honoring Chuck and Nan Geschke, we're clearly honoring a generous benefactor. The Geschke Learning Center here at the university, the fund that we have used to endow 4 chairs here at the university. But more than that is Chuck's leadership and Nan's support for him in his role as a trustee and chair of the Board of Trustees here at the University of San Francisco. In that capacity, he was incredibly generous with his time, with his experience, and with his insights.
You know, people use Christ and Christianity for lots of different reasons. From my point of view, I wanted both of us to be in a position someday, if we are sitting across the table from them, to say, we heard you, and we didn't do it perfectly, and probably didn't do it as well as we should have, but we've tried. We tried to listen and tried to do what you asked us to do. And if I could do that, I'd be a very happy man.